As we know, we just lost the legendary Angie Stone recently, and the homie Gene Deal feels like her demise was a result of foul play. Tap in. What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400 coming at you straight off the Ave, and this is Smitster Reacts. One time salute to all the subscribers wherever you at all around the world. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like, subscribe, baby. New content coming to you daily. Also got to salute my co-host, straight off the Ave fam, Zenfi, Dubbins, Jazz, Nico, the whole fam, man. You know what it is. Without further ado, baby, shout out to Art of Dialogue. We're going to get right into this one. This one's crazy. A lot of people felt as though, it was just kind of weird how she, happened to pass, especially given the situation that she had where, she was speaking out about not being paid and this, that, and the third. So look, man, we finna get right into this. You know what to do. Hit the link in the description. Otherwise, let's rock.
How do you feel about Angie Stone passing away?
Man, it's crazy when somebody can tell you that, and she told a lot of people that people are trying to kill her. She made those statements 2 weeks before she died. Angie Stone said to people around her, she was in fear of her life. And that happened because she found out that she had a lot of money in this publishing and this music game that she had not been able to recoup. So she was doing an audit to recoup the money in which these music record companies owed her throughout the years for songs she had written. And then she comes up dead, and they try to say that she was hit by an 18-wheeler. They said she flew out the window, and it comes that we find out because one of the guys on the internet, Paperwork, Countdown John, went to the funeral with a hidden camera and saw her whole body. And it didn't seem like she was hit by a diesel. Said she looked beautiful in her casting. He showed that on the internet, bro. So Angie Stone, she said that somebody was trying to kill her. Somebody was trying to murder her. She was in fear of her life. And 2 weeks later, she come up dead, bro. You don't find that strange? An accident that 9 to 10 people was in a car with her, in a van with her, and she the only one comes up dead? My thoughts about that is, if you think the record company owe you some money, if you think you're trying to recoup some money from the record industry, you better think twice, and unless you got some real protection or some real people behind you, because it's crazy.
So you personally, you feel like it was foul play?
Nope, nobody gonna, bruh. I think it's foul play behind the Angie Stone stuff, bruh. Because why would she be in fear of her life? Why would she start cleaning up and start saying that she feel like she's gonna be unalive, that somebody's gonna do something to her? Why would she prepare for her death? And then she come up dead. Strange, bruh. And that's what happens in the music industry. These people have not, they may not seem real big, but they done wrote music for the greats. She wrote music for the greats. You understand? She wrote music for musicals. She wrote music for movies. And she never got paid her money. And then when they get these investigators to go and investigate these publishing investigators, and they go and investigate everything that was bought, sold, or stole, and they come back with all these millions of dollars that these big record companies got. They take them to law, they take them to court. Somebody got to pay this. They say you ain't got to pay no dead artists.
Damn, man. R.I.P. to her, man. Unfortunate. But to get back to this lawsuit, how you feel about Kirk Burrell saying that, Diddy destroyed his career?
He did. He did. Diddy destroyed his reputation. Kirk is right about that. I was there on those occasions. When Kirk was dealing with Mary, brought Mary's career back. Kirk was a musical genius, whereas that, a marketing genius. He knew how to get the money. He knew the people who to go at for the money, and he did what he had to do to bring Mary back. Diddy planted bad seeds, was telling people don't do business with him. So he's right about that, brother. And after he got Mary from him, Kirk never worked no place else. So he's not lying about that. He's diabolical when it comes to that. He did it to Mary J. Blige. He did it to the band members. I mean, he did it to Wendy Williams. He did it to Wendy Williams. He's diabolical when it comes to shit like that, bro. He owned the music business in New York City and California. He had friends everywhere, bro. He had friends in high places. He owned the radio stations.
Which leads back to why a lot of these people felt as though they couldn't come out because, this dude is powerful. So someone with that much power where they running the industry in New York and they running it in Cali, like where you finna go? And he in Miami, he in the top 3 spots where this thing get the shaking, you feel me? And he be in, like, come on. So look, that's most likely why a lot of these people, waited until it felt like, the Teflon Don was, no longer Teflon, you feel me? So to speak. And I wanted to speak to the thing that the part where he was saying that Angie Stone was the only one to pass away. It happens like that sometimes. Unfortunately, rest in peace to my cousin. She died that way. Everybody in the car, they had injuries, but she was the only one that lost her life. So that does happen. We can't say that it don't happen, but it is kind of weird that she passed away that soon after speaking out about it. You feel me? Let's continue.
You ain't see that Tupac interview from Mary J. from
Angie Martinez.
What's her name? Angie Martinez, because of Diddy. That's probably one of the greatest. That's probably one of the greatest of all times, probably interviews ever. He stopped that from coming out. He got Wendy Williams fired. Anybody he told in the music business not to mess with somebody, they didn't.
And for those that don't know the history between Diddy and Wendy, Wendy was the one that was outing his alleged, interest way back when. You feel me? It was her that really started this fire back then, in a sense where everybody was like, "Yo, is he a little?" You feel me? So as a response to that, allegedly, I mean, I guess not allegedly, Diddy had her fired. Let's get back to it.
Tracy Waples don't even know this. Tracy Waples is probably one of the in the music business not to mess with somebody. They didn't. Tracy Waples don't even know this. Tracy Waples is probably one of the top musical geniuses in the industry that nobody knows. She was behind Rihanna. She was behind Method Man. Tracy Waples is a musical genius. I sat there when she was supposed to do a deal with L.A. Reid and them. And L.A. Reid told Diddy, she asked him for like 300 to 400,000, something like that. He said, man, you can get that bit cheaper than that. Offer her $250. I just started laughing. And Tracy was his friend. So to see him do that and say he did that to Kirk Burrows, and Kirk Burrows had that in his lawsuit, he ain't lying about that, bro. Nobody was going to deal with Kirk Burrows or give him a job or do anything. Look at all the great things he did for Bad Boy, getting the money and everything. Why he ain't working someplace else? Leote left Bad Boy and went to Def Jam and started working with Rough Riders. Ain't put no bad word on her. So Kirk ain't right. He ain't wrong about that one, bro. Not at all.
Yeah, he also alleged in his lawsuit that, you know, in late 95, Diddy held him down to a bed and assimilated intercourse until he ejaculated.
Bro, we still on this. That's just crazy. It's asinine. It's to the point where it's that this nigga showing the monster side of Diddy that he should have been came out with this long time ago. Kirk got all this information that he had. You understand? 5-6 years ago when I came out with this shit and saying the shit that Puff was doing, you know, he didn't say a motherfucking word. He stayed mute. He stayed quiet. Now that other people came out and he's in a vulnerable situation, he hoping people that's going to come out here and feel a certain way for him because that shit happened to him. Okay, he did all this shit to you. When did you go and try to get help? He pinned you to the bed. He made you ejaculate on yourself and this like that. When did you go get help, Kurt? When did you ask somebody to help you? You didn't ask nobody to help you because at the time, y'all was lovers. And maybe, just maybe, you enjoyed y'all's situation.
Shout out to Gene Deal. Shout out to Art of Dialogue. Look, man, like I said, it seemed like a lot of people were scared, man. They was either scared or whatever, because I mean, to hold it in this long, and all these people have felt this way. Terrence Howard said the same thing. Some things that happen to these people and they just can't get over it. It's allegedly, and it's super sad. You know, it's a real sad scenario. Real sick, evil, twisted. You feel me? Like, it's one thing to want to be involved in some ish like that, but to get it taken, and like Terrence said, like you can never get that back. Like, that man card is serious. You feel me? So that's crazy. That's some wild ish right there. Art love to bring it back to that. You feel me? Like, I came into the video, we talk about Angie Stone, and we get back to Diddy doing some old weirdness. Like, how we get there? Sheesh. How we get there, Art? But yeah, man, the Angie Stone situation was definitely a little weird. A lot of these artists, think about it. It can't be a coincidence when it keeps happening. All these artists keep saying or keep screaming foul play, and they owe this much money and this, that, and the third, and the industry is whatever, and they all end up off here. At some point, you got to kind of get the hint and get the picture. You feel me? Of how this thing moves. But look, how y'all feel, man? Get the conversation started. If you made it to this point in the video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. Salute to all the subscribers. I like the fact that YouTube lets me see who y'all actually are at this point. I could scroll down and see who done subscribe. So look, my family members that subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Support, you know, all the ones that keep supporting, that I know, that I can see. Salute to y'all. And to everybody else, salute to y'all too. But yeah, man, keep tapping in. I'm definitely, I admit I've been effed up consistency wise, but I shall be consistent. So keep tapping in. Appreciate the ones that, you know, stick around and keep holding it down. And yeah, man, the homie Smitster 400. This has been Smitster Reacts signing out. Y'all have a good one wherever you at all around the world. Peace and love. Be safe. I'm out. Owie.